Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Vibrant finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Vibrant got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Vibrant finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Vibrant got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibreville. Hope you had a great week. Saturday night. Normally, we've been doing this on Fridays, but the ladies had a stream last night, and Fast was on there. I think I heard Briz on there for a little bit, so we decided to bump it back a day. What up, Fast? How's it going, brother?
Good. How you doing, Adam?
Good, bro. Another day. It's kind of just same thing, man. I feel like I've been saying it for a month now. We're just waiting for liquidity to come into these markets.
I think it's coming. Do we have any hints?
I think the ETFs are going to be what brings in the liquidity, bro. It just all the filings. Even Gugad hit me up the other day and was like, bro, one of my private messages, I got a alert from these guys showing all the listings for the ETFs, and there was like 8 or 9 XRP spot ETFs alone that were filed. And we got Solana, and we got Dogecoin probably. We got Hedera, Cardano, Chainlink, Avalanche. So I think that will be huge.
Definitely. Yeah. And I think like the ETF concept, like it really appeals to the boomers. And the fact is the boomers still have all the money. So it could be a lot of money.
Yeah, bro. And the thing that a lot of people don't understand is we've had futures out for the most part, except for Bitcoin and ETH. And with spot, the law now requires the ETF issuers for each share that they sell. So if it's trades 1-to-1, but typically they sell higher at a premium. So you pay $5 for XRP right now and you get 2 shares. So they skim off 20 cents or something like that right at the beginning. So they have whatever they do, that XRP that you buy your shares, they have to go and market buy that asset and hold it in institutional custody, like with Coinbase, with Anchorage, with standard custody. That's now the law. So when a big $1 million buy for Chainlink comes in, that has to now be bought off the market. So we might see a big supply shock on certain cryptos in the near future that I don't think retail is even aware of or ready for.
Agreed. The 1-to-1 thing is a huge difference from futures, right? Like it's I was talking to people about the futures they had available in Canada quite a while ago, and it was like it was very difficult to tell how much Bitcoin or Ethereum you were actually holding if you purchased one of them. It was not very clear from the documents. So to have like 1-to-1 ETFs is way more likely to bump the price. And it's just more trustworthy too. It's like I bought one, Bitcoin on the stock market is, how the boomers will say it, right? Which is great if they're actually getting, it's still not as good, obviously. But if they're actually getting one Bitcoin and it pumps the price by one Bitcoin, then yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, bro. It'll be a really good thing. And I think as soon as the government comes back, those are going to get approved fairly fast.
Oh, the
It's
government? You still don't have a government.
We're still in shutdown, bro. It's looking like we're gonna go all next week too, shut down. So it's starting to become a problem. The Democrats are using it as leverage, and they're saying, look, we can't afford to give people food stamps. We can't give people just their normal care that they need. We got to get this back. So it's now starting to affect a lot more than just some of the markets.
Yeah, that's good because yeah, if you guys are down for too much longer, the Canadians are going to start looking south. They might consider taking over.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, bro. You guys are so I'm so close to Canada in New York where we live that like I don't have cable or anything, so we have like antenna TV and the channels are all Canadian. So like the World
Get some
Series right now, it's
CBC on there, eh? Nice.
yeah, we hit CBC, we get TVO Kids, we get I don't know, most of them, but it's a couple of French. But bro, the commercials are wild, bro. I'm not kidding. Every other commercial is a gambling commercial.
Yeah, that's been big. Yeah. There's been a lot of gambling commercials. I don't like I haven't watched regular TV for years now, like ever since Netflix came out. But they're starting to work the commercials into Netflix now. So, but yeah, whenever I stay in a hotel, I see tons of gambling commercials.
Mm-hmm. Bro, yeah. I was watching a little football the other night. I think it was Sunday Night Football, and it's when you go to commercial, it'd be like one online casino, and then it'd be the next online casino, and then the next commercial would be like mothers against drunk driving, and be like, he should. It was the bartender's fault. He ruined my life. He could have cut. He knew he shouldn't have served him. It's like, wow, this is like you're just showing gambling, 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 and now hitting the victim conscious. It's wild, bro. Canada's crazy.
A little bit different. I don't know. There's a lot of crossover. Like we all grew up, like Americans, Canadians, like more or less, we grew up watching the same TV shows, right? Like, like I remember when I was a kid, like going to my grandma's house because she had cable and like everything was coming from Detroit. I think I watched a lot of Detroit news, and but like all whatever Baywatch, we watched Baywatch too, right? Like in 1987. It's all good.
Oh, bro, I remember that Baywatch on, and I forget what channel it was on, but praying those rabbit ears would work. So when Pamela was running up and down the beach, it didn't cut out.
Indeed, yeah. You wreck your TV.
Oh yeah,
Who Pamela Anderson being a Canadian, I believe, as well. Just so you know.
I think I did know. No, I didn't know that actually. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep, good stuff. Yeah, bro. What do you think about gold? Do you think we topped? Because the end of last week, all the gurus I was following were saying that expect one more blow off top, expect a blow off top for gold, expect a dip, and then I think we're gonna pump one more time. And it's like I don't know.
I don't think I don't think it can pump that much more. Like it's starting to not make sense. Like yeah, gold's rare and all, but it's not that rare. $4,000 seems pretty ridiculous.
I mean, bro, when the news is showing people lining up at the stores to buy physical gold, if that's not that's the same thing as when people are in the stores fighting for Pokemon cards. It's a sign that the top is near.
There's FOMO, yeah. I'm more interested in where that money flows to when it leaves gold, right? Like it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, bro, and it's I think Polymarkets was like 95% or something that rates were going to get cut 2 times this year. So if that happens, that's 50 points less that people are going to be making in the money markets. So
Yeah.
they're going to be much more incentivized to go risk on.
Yeah, exactly. And like gold is a great example because that's like a risk off option, right? So like, yeah, you have lowered rates, risk on. People will be borrowing to invest, or corporations will be borrowing to invest with the lower rates, and with gold will probably see a decline then, right?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Cause like if you look at the pumps here, if you look at the trend line on this, it's like it gets steeper. Wait, first pump a little bit, second pump, the third pump, and then this was a hyperwave. Like this is a parabolic hyperwave. And when this ends, like you drop down like 30-40%. Like this is like a once in a lifetime for gold in the chart of like 100 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like gold has a fantastic new use case or something. Like it's not like, we're going to use it to make something magic that can teleport us to Mars, unless Elon's got it up his sleeve.
Bro, that how they they renamed the firmament the Van Allen radiation belt to like confuse people.
Sorry, say again?
So the Van Allen radiation belt. Do you know what that
No,
is?
I do not.
So it's
Tell
like
me.
it's supposedly like this layer out. Once you get so far outside the earth, there's this zone you go through, this layer, the Van Allen radiation belt, where it's like extremely dangerous, and there's particles everywhere. And basically, if you don't have the right equipment, you'll just zap up and you'll fry. You can't make it through there. But
Okay.
I recently found out that like in the Bible, it talks about the firmament multiple times, like a glass dome or something. And every civilization throughout history has depicted our world with like a firmament with water above and below. And the only one not to is NASA, and with NASA's CPI generated image. And they renamed the firmament the Van Allen radiation belt, so scientists and all these space people can confuse you. And not because if people think, oh, the firmament, it's a glass dome, they're like, how the hell are you going to get a rocket through there? And so if they make up
That
an
would be a
excuse,
problem.
it's super dangerous Van Allen radiation belt where if you go through there, it's like going through a million microwaves. So it's impossible to penetrate. And it's like, okay, what if we just called it the firmament? And it's like, it's hilarious, bro. So when I hear this Mars talk and we're going to Mars, it's like, what are we doing here?
I think I disagree with you about the firmament. I think we'll make it to Mars one day.
You know?
I don't think it'll be I don't think it'll be useful, but I think it's possible. I think there's satellites out there, stuff that probes they've launched, and probably will one day make a manned mission to Mars. Is probably in the cards, but it might be 50, 100 years out, and it's not going to be a moneymaker, and it's probably not good. We're probably not going to learn anything that changes what happens down here.
So let's look at let's look Mars image. So I just wanted, so these are NASA's image was what they give us, but I'll show you an actual picture of what Mars looks. Oh, here, Mars image P900. So that's net all. So when you hit Mars image, they don't show you actually like a real image. So if you get a telescope out and you look at it, it's like a pulsating ball of light that's like constantly changing. I'll send you one. Obviously, Google is not the place to look for it, but I'll
Yeah,
send it
Google's
to
just
you.
going to give the most popular results, right? Like
Yeah,
that's their
but
whole
it's
thing.
not going to be anything that. So this is right here. Here we go. This was taken with a Nikon right here. This image, and when people, if you look at a video of it, it's constantly moving and like pulsating. It's not a physical object. It's like an energy source or some kind of light or something. I don't know exactly, but it's nothing near what this. So everything that NASA puts out on those planets is all CGI. None of it is any real pictures. It's all made up, computer generated. And if you take a real camera, this is what you actually get. And if you take like a video of, people have videos of Mars through like where they just hold the camera and you can kind of see it, and it's never even still. It's constantly moving around, and it's like, how the hell are you going to land on a ball of light?
Yeah. Like as far as the videos being CGI, like they kind of are, like they'll be digital because like, like the Mars rover things and stuff, they're getting transmitted like a relatively low resolution image being transmitted over 1 million miles. Like I could see that making it a little scratchy. But it's like it has to be digital by the nature of it.
Yeah. I mean, so like,
People have been looking at Mars through telescopes for a long, long time.
exactly. And like, you'll never ever see what, what the naked eye sees from what's broadcast and sent to
Mm.
you and shown to you. So like, I agree with you that we're going to get to Mars, but they're going to do it with like an unmanned rocket or robots or something like that. And just like they faked the moon landing, they're going to make some bullshit Mars landing with robots or whatever that made it, but it's going to be too risky, or Cuba just can't do it, and then they can just that's what I think is coming.
I agree with half that statement.
Mm-hmm. Some, because it's such a money. There's so much money that's in it, and
Totally.
it keeps people like it,
Well,
I,
it's a narrative, right? Like we have narratives
yeah,
in crypto, they have narratives in space and science and government, right? So like, getting to Mars, getting to the moon was for sure like a political narrative, right? Like the moon race against Russia, blah blah blah. Um, so like yeah, it carries on into the current day for sure.
yeah, yeah, dude, exactly, and it's
Speaking of
just like
conspiracies, what do you got
it
here?
yeah, it's like they make you feel. Elon, when he talks about it, he's like, we need to be a multi-planetary. We're going to need to leave the. It's like, why do we need to leave the Earth? You're like, we're not even allowed to explore everywhere. So you're telling us we need to leave, but we can't go past the 59th parallel. If you go south below there with a plane or a ship, they'll shoot you down or make you turn around. So we can't even explore our own planet, and they're telling us we need to leave. And it's like, well, there's so much rural land in every single state that we're not overcrowding or overpopulating anything. Like the cities are just stupid. People need to not live in cities and move back out to the country, and there's room for everybody. And it's like this delusion that we're overpopulating planet Earth, that we got to leave here to ensure humanity survives. It's like, I don't know, bro. Elon's like kind of tripping with that stuff.
Well, like going off of popular theory, like the sun is supposed to explode in 16 billion years or something like that. So we have
Yeah,
16 billion years to figure it out.
exactly. And like, exactly, the planet's not even that old. So we're talking about a time that is longer than the planet's even been here. And we're bringing all this doomsday stuff in, and it's like, man, I think it really is to like scare people, and with the aliens now, I could see like some fake alien invasion or something coming. Who knows, bro? There's
That would
no
also be
telling.
exciting. But like
Yeah.
diversification is not necessarily a bad thing, right? Don't have it all on one blockchain. Don't have it all on one planet. Like I kind of like that. I like a Star Trek, image of the future. That works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Or Star Wars, also cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love Star Wars growing up. So yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I was telling you. You sent some tweets over that David Gockstein said he didn't mind having Richard. Who should I interview next?
And of
I've
course,
had
the
Richard on
Richard
before.
Hart got a lot of comments on there, and then he responded like that he didn't mind having Richard on. So that'd be a great first one back for Richard. Like he's pretty big. I think he's got millions of followers, or over 1 million anyway, and he's watched by people from different chains. It's not just a pulse chain guy.
Yep.
Whereas, yeah, 813K. Not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yep. I think, bro, this is where he needs to go. Ivan's got, even though the one moderator, Matthew Smeet or Smeet, whatever in there, he was
It's
in the
always nice to
PDI
us in the chat.
conference. He was in the PDI conference because I spoke for one of the days for a couple hours, and he was in the chat talking, and I was like, I was like, is this Matthew from Ivan's channel? He was like, yes, sir, like Unga Dunga or something like that. So
yeah, he's always nice to me when I post in the chat, in Ivan's chat, even if Ivan is not nice. He replies to me. He's obviously a good guy. But like Ivan has not failed to stay engaged with the Pulse Chain Hex audience, even though he's failed to push our agenda. He's still he still keeps us in the loop by rage baiting us sometimes. But I think when Richard comes back, Ivan's gonna jump on board.
Oh yeah, bro. His entire chat is literally P die to dollar. It's the entire time. People are spamming it all day, every single day. And then whenever it's like Q&A, it's like Hex, when Richard, when Pulse Chain, pump, Richard, and it's just like let's go.
We totally ratio people on Twitter all the time, right? Like there was a funny one today. Let me find it. Pancake Swap posted that they would whoever gives the most replies to this post will share their post. And Hexologist did a reply, and he got by far the most replies. Then they hit his post.
Oh, dude, that's what. Okay, I saw something about people were freaking out about OKX somewhere in my feed. I thought it was in the For You, but okay, that's what it was, bro. That they're such scumbags, bro. Why do they got to do this stuff? It's like, who's paying you to do that?
Totally. OKX is actually going the other direction. They wrote an article about Hex and Pulse Chain and Richard Hart and published it. So and they of course delisted us after the SEC went after Richard and Pulse Chain, etc. So, but now they're writing about Pulse Chain and Hex. So, like, I feel like stuff's starting to line up. It's almost like a little bit suspicious how much it's starting to line up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. Rags' switch.win is now out on Pulse Chain. Limit orders, I think, are good. But, bro, why it's so good is for tax tokens, it automatically recognizes it. And I've done so many times, I've swapped it for a tax token where I've gone into PulseX and changed it and forgot to switch it back. So the next God knows how many swaps, I made it 5%. And with Switch,
the bots are just sandwiching you, like, for sure.
Yeah. So with
I've
Switch,
done that before too.
This completely eliminates that. It automatically detects the taxes, and if there's none, it resets it back to the standard. And on Ethereum, I had a couple transactions fail because they were small the other day, and you don't lose any gas. Where if that was on Uniswap or somewhere else, you would lose, whatever the gas was for that. And Switch doesn't do that. Yeah.
I wonder how they do that. I'll have to ask him about that tech.
Yeah, bro. Rags is he's crushing it, bro. Like he could have had a way worse version of it launch a lot sooner, but he waited until everything was fixed and everything was perfect. And now, even to this day, it was perfect, but he still wants to add more. And then there's something else. So it's like it's constantly he thinks like that, and it's going to be exciting to see what comes
That's
here.
A DEX aggregator too, right? So it's a good piece of tech there. If it's a DEX aggregator that has the ability to handle tax tokens, because that most of the time DEX aggregators have trouble with tax tokens.
Yeah. So if you want to swap for PTGC right there, it automatically calculates the slippage in.
Nice.
So for new people, they don't sit there and they don't 10 times. Why can't I swap? I'm getting error. So that for new people, they don't have to even worry about it. It's great.
What if you do a double tax token? What if I swap one?
It just adds to totals up. So if you're doing 2 5%ers, it'll show you like 10%. Watch, if you just do UFO to let's see, PTGC to, I think Sparta's a tax token,
Yeah.
10.5%.
Sweet.
Yep.
High fee,
So
sell fee, and then it's giving you that information too. So that's that's
So
pretty cool.
when that normally you're doing 0.5, so I always set it to 0.1 there, and it's always worked for me every time. And I do
Really?
10.1
Okay.
because
Nice.
they're not taking any fees on Pulse Chain right now.
That is a deal. Yeah.
Yes, and then the
Okay.
widget too, bro. People can take this and they can plug it into their website for free.
Ah, cool. Okay. So people, if you're building some sort of on-ramp to Pulse Chain, you can have like, oh, and here's, you can swap right here once you're on Pulse Chain, or lots of other applications, meme coin things, all kinds of stuff.
Mhm. Even like a Go Pulse where people have prices on here, you can put that into there. I think Internet Money Wallet is integrating Switch.win into it. So
Cool.
even like I'm going to redo Viber Finance and I'm going to have a Switch.win widget because he wants to go multi-chain eventually and have cross-chain swaps on there. So you'll be able to buy anything you want right through viberfinance.com. So I think that would be really cool. And the code
That is cool.
is right here. So anyone can come in and copy the code and just put it right into your website. It saves you a bunch of money from the dev fees. So it's really
For
cool,
sure.
bro.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to check that out. I haven't tried it yet, but like I keep anything that's good. I keep on the side, and I'll put it through with the list of things I'm going to use. More DEX aggregators, more DEXs is generally just better. Like, it's going to make for better fulfillment. Probably no one will always be the best, but like, there can be like,
He brags
goes
is
through a couple
making
options.
sure he's the cheapest. On Pitius on a 100K swap, it was like $2,800 savings.
Yeah, well, right now, when there's more no fees, that could be the thing, and that's a great advertising thing. Logically, they'll turn those fees on eventually, but it may depend on the pair, right? Because it's about routing sometimes. Who has the best routing, which is kind of a big. That's the hard thing about DEX aggregators, I believe, is getting the routing to be correct. But yeah,
Bingo.
I'm sure there'll be something to look at there for sure.
Well, I really want you to talk to Rags, but I think you would be really impressed with because he's been working on that to ensure that no matter what you're doing right now, it's been working. It's been cheaper than everywhere. But even when fees are on with like the 0.2% or whatever it is, it's still going to be the cheapest out there fee wise. But it's just on the bigger pools or the bigger swaps. The routing isn't there. It's something that's different, but it's coming there. It's cheaper than Piteus on some big swaps. So it's like once people realize, oh shit, if I'm a whale and I can save 3-4 grand on a swap, they're gonna they don't care what site they're using. They're gonna go where it's cheapest.
Yep.
And then the fees will be used to buy and burn the morph token, and then I believe the switch token. It's going to be I think a billion. I don't know. It's a fixed supply of 10 billion maybe, but there's not going to be a pre-sale or I mean a launch where anyone could come and just snipe up the supply. It's going to be given out strategically, and you're going to have to mine it, and through the LP farms it'll be earned. So he's really doing a fantastic job.
Good concept. So, but the Switch token's not live yet, right?
No, not yet. Not until everything is ready for Pulse Chain. And it's been a little more difficult, I guess, with some of the stuff they want to do. But they will pull it off, man. If anyone can, Rags will do it.
Nice.
The drama continues.
Yep. So this is the one where Hexologist did the post, but they hid his reply. All right. So, yeah, we're still being gate kept by Pancake Swap in this case. I could see why they might do that. But yeah, this was clearly the winner of the contest.
So, okay, I was just going to click it to see like what other ones had anything remotely close.
They're all pulse chain.
It's all, oh my god, it's all pulse chain.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And if you scroll up to the top there and you click hidden posts, there's only one hidden post out of the whole thing. Like the 3 dots there, you can it'll give you an option to show hidden posts.
View
There
hidden
we go.
replies.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
yeah, it's a good feature.
Nice. It's good. I didn't even know that
So,
existed. Look
which
at
of
that.
all the replies Pancake Swap got? Oh, now it's gone. Okay. Oh, that's why I said the drama continues. They
'Cause they
somehow
deleted it?
deleted it.
Yeah, they straight up
Somehow.
deleted.
Because not like an hour ago, I went there and I found, or like I went there, or maybe it was a couple hours ago, I went there and I found this post and I did just that and it showed his post. Okay. So now they're doing something else. Huh.
Gatekeeping equals firing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Intern.
Yeah. Don't get me fired. Well, too late. You can't gate-cap hexagons. They will come at you for a month straight.
It's so not worth it, man. Just just post it. Somebody's telling me it's not deleted. Why can't we see it then?
Yeah. I wanna see that. We
Well, Frank's writing to me right now.
Jay
He says,
Waller.
okay.
I got my bag of hex. Can't wait to watch it go up. He's got a
And
big follow.
I didn't know who this guy was. Apparently he's been around for a long time because I posted, oh, this big account is talking about Hex, right? And I had like 20 OGs respond to me and be like, no, this guy's been here for a long time. He's like, he was in on Hex and like early on. So, and apparently he still is. And I don't know who he is, but he's got 500,000 followers, looks like a business guy. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're starting to have some of these guys, like, even if they were here before, they're starting to be a little bit louder about it. And I think soon they're going to be real loud.
Yeah, and he's hosting a 3-day in-person event in Miami, Florida in November. How I scaled my construction company well past multi 8 figures a year. Okay. So he's like a real estate guy.
Right. Yeah. With multi 8 figures. So
Hey,
yeah.
that's good.
Well,
Good news
welcome,
right
sir.
there. Yeah. Keep crushing. Peter Schiff and
Well,
I to Bitcoin to be. What's that?
what we really need is Richard to get out there with some of these guys, like these big players, right? And they'll feel big to have Richard on their show, and it will get so many freaking eyeballs. That will, like, the first time that happens with one of the big names. And I think Richard should wait until he has like a big name, like a, Joe Rogan kind of thing. Should be like the first stream. It should just be like a blowout.
Yeah, it would. It'd be huge. So that guy streamed with RH before Pulse Chain launch. Cool. I didn't know that.
Okay. Now we know. Thank you, NJ Dub.
Well, maybe Richard would go there again. We got Rat Pulse on Pancake Swap. What's their issue? Bro,
There you go.
it's Binance. It's got to be.
But it is Binance. So
Yeah.
they're gonna gatekeep stuff as they see fit. There could be maybe there's some sort of deal in the making though behind the scenes, right? Maybe everybody's like, oh, like Richard said he was gonna write to CZ when he was in jail. Maybe he did. Maybe they've been corresponding daily. We don't know. Maybe the CZ told him to take that down because nobody's supposed to know yet. Stranger things have happened.
I know, bro. I'm not leaving anything behind, Richard, bro. Like people that are worried about him are worried. Like, bro, Furu Finance just came back out of the blue, and it's like,
Did
why are people giving this guy attention? Like he's here, like just blaming Richard for everything. Everybody's down money and da 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 da. It's like, bro, everybody, it's the business cycle right now. We're in a freaking recession. They just fudged the job numbers by 900,000. Like nothing is reality right now. You think Richard's gonna just come pump the chain so every asshole on Solana and every degenerate on Binance and all base can just come flood over and just put their money in Richard's money in their pockets? What?
I think that guy, like Furu, like he's done good work in the past. Like you can see that he's sincere with what he says, but like he's, like he needs to just take Prozac for a couple months and come back to work, because like when Richard's back, when the chain does pump, like you're gonna regret making videos like that, probably, chances are. So it's like it's kind of a bottom signal, I think, when you have a guy like that who makes a demotivational video. It's like, okay, maybe I should buy now.
Yeah, for real. And it just the community doesn't need to hear that shit, bro. You don't come back from your hiatus or whatever you're doing and just come back with this Debbie Downer bullshit. It's like
Jim
find
Rat did the
something
same
positive.
bullshit, right? Like, and then he launched a meme coin on another chain and cashed in on everybody, right? Like, it's like that. Sometimes there's a reason they do it, and it's like it's not always a good reason.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Me too. I tried to watch it, and me too, bro. It was so cringe. I could not make it through. Same 5 minutes. I'm like you poor baby. You know, it's like think bigger here. Think big picture. Look at everything. That's all the SAC funds just moved. You couldn't come and talk about that. $600 million.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
bro,
Well,
what?
like guys like him, like I think we should, hold out a hand to him, right? Like try to bring him back on. I tried to do that with Jim Rat. I eventually blocked him, which I hardly do with anybody because it's like, okay, you're a lost cause. Like it's not worth it anymore. Like in the bear market, I would have held up for longer, but like right now, if people are not playing ball, they don't get as many chances. But maybe Mr. Furu can come back on to the team.
Yeah, bro. Once the chain's pumping and he's talking about bullish stuff again, people will follow him, and like there's zero accountability in the space right now. It's just like, bro, if you've been here for this long, you were loving the chain when you first got in, and you were making a living off of streaming, and now you can't find one good thing or one positive thing to keep hope for the next month or whatever till things start to change, because you know damn well that within 2 days we can be going from how we feel now to pure euphoria if we double up and we start pumping, for 2-3 days straight. Everybody will be going nuts. There will be everyone's live streaming, everyone's in spaces going crazy that fast. And you don't think that's coming?
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely going to come, and we're going to see all of these people coming back. But like it's going to be. There still could be a couple rough days between now and then, but like people lose focus, right? And like you can see when somebody's lost the path when it's like they start ignoring big things, right? Be like, oh, $600 million moved, like, and you don't even talk about that. It's like you didn't notice $600 million moved. A lot of people noticed that. They're like not pulse chain people were posting about it. Like we talked about that last week. So like, yeah, it's clearly like this is a thing. It's a lot of money. And that 600
Yeah.
million, it could still be an ETH. Like it went through Tornado Cash, which is something that I think happened this week to the majority of it.
Yeah.
It could still be an ETH. So if ETH goes to, 6K, 7K, it'll be over $1 billion that's represented there, right? If ETH goes to like 18K, that's $3 billion, right? So I'm not saying that's going to happen, not financial advice, but it doesn't feel impossible. So yeah, more possible than a lot of things we talk about,
Yeah,
like
bro.
Mars, for example.
Yeah. Yeah. ETH is definitely hitting 20K before Elon hits Mars. I promise you that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
unless
I
there's
would bet on
also
that one.
some CGI bullshit, which like I feel like half of these stupid rocket launch, bro, they don't even look real. Like when that thing's coming down out of the sky, like the videos just don't look real for some reason. It looks like they like cut to like a different feed when they're like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but they just don't like that whole. Did you see the launch in it was like I think it was India or China, and they launched a rover, and bro, it literally looked like Pac-Man.
That wouldn't, yeah, I don't think I'd want to be, no racism intended, but I don't think I'd want to be on a Indian manned rocket.
No.
I'm not signing up for that one, boys.
Oh man. Yeah,
The real
exactly.
question is how
Richard's
can we
going to
tokenize
jail.
this, right? Like that's what we need to do. How can we tokenize the Mars launch?
Exactly, bro. Elon will figure a way to make money on it. He's all about making money and pushing the envelope.
He
I
does
want to know
okay, I
what he's
think.
doing with the tunnels, bro. Was he making like some high speed like EV highway where these Teslas just zip at 200 miles an hour under the United States?
What I saw something about that, about tunnels. Like what was the story? Like tunnels underneath the country or tunnels underneath
He has a
the coast?
giant boring machine that he's using under LA, and he's like, I think he's tunneling under because that freeway or whatever it is in LA is just jammed up traffic all day, every day. So he's allegedly
Okay.
boring a huge tunnel so traffic can flow underground or something. I'm not sure, but people that
What could go wrong?
yeah, but people,
Isn't
bro,
that where
people are
there's earthquakes?
Bro, people are telling me that there's tunnel systems they're already that are already here. That you could literally go from New York to like Philly, Chicago. There's tunnels that are underneath this whole country. I've never
I'm
looked into it, but that's what
I'm a
I
little
heard.
suspicious. That sounds like a lot of money.
No, they're ancient. They've been here for like God knows how long. Like in the Grand Canyon, there's like Egyptian pyramids that the government doesn't let you go near.
That would be worth hiding.
Yeah.
How can we
Like
tokenize that?
yeah, exactly, bro. Why can't we just go there and just at least look at it first before we tokenize it? Because we need to know what's there before we tokenize it.
Indeed.
Oh, but right. Yeah, the community is ruthless, bro. Look at this. Trayvon posts this on the 23rd. The transactions, the first comment. That's old shit, bro. He did this days ago. You sleeping under a rock, and you literally posted transactions from like earlier that day.
Yeah. That- yeah, leave Trayvon alone. He's got a big audience, and they're not all Pulsicans. So,
No,
like,
no, I mean, I'm talking about this guy here, the Super Saiyan guy came
no,
in and
not you.
showed.
Yeah, I'm talking to him too. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, for real.
yeah. Trayvon has a decent reach. He's one of our bigger guys if you think about it. Like when you see these people coming in with 500K like X accounts, it's kind of a big deal, right? Because like most Pulse Chain streamers, like have accounts like smaller than 10,000. Like the vast majority. Like you're really only looking at like Hexologist, Maddie, Crypto Coffee, Corey Costa, almost everybody else is like under 20K, with most under 10K. So like, yeah, so you see somebody with 20K, 50K, 500K, like talking about the community, like, yeah, let's support them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we support everyone in the community right now. And bro,
We
like,
we bat way above our weight though, right? Like, for let me just check my Twitter numbers.
I can tell you right now, you got 281.
281, not bad.
Yeah, bro. I only got 83, so you're crushing it.
Cool. This is October's my biggest month so far. I'm at I'm 4K short of a million impressions in October. And
Nice,
I got
bro.
5 days to go, so I think I'll make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have less than 6,000 followers, right? So it's like Pulse Chain, Hex, like crypto KOLs, whatever you want to call us. Like we bat like 10x above our weight as far as how many views we get, how much engagement we get.
Bro, people don't realize that almost all these bigger guys you see, they all pay for bot traffic and
Totally.
increased views and followers. It's not
It's
organic.
not real. Yeah.
It's not.
Because they're getting paid to do it, right? Whereas like
Mhm.
almost like people think that that most of the Pulse Chain people are getting paid by X, like that they're monetized. Very few of us are. I'm not. Like vast majority of the Pulse Chain KOLs are not getting paid by X, by YouTube, by anywhere to stream, to post. It's like, yeah, it's like totally for free. So you're not gonna have any bots there because there's no benefit, right? Like if I botted my accounts and I doubled my views, I just would have had to have paid for bots. There'd be no money coming back to me because I'm not monetized.
Bro, exactly. Well, a couple of the streams I was doing a month or two ago, I was looking at numbers and I'd have like 12 people because it's a Friday afternoon and it was on 20 different channels. And all of a sudden it would go to 190 people watching. And I'm like, I know what's going on here, bro. Like, I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
most people just they don't know what's going on. Like, it looks authentic. It's like, oh, you got 3,000 followers. Yeah, I'm sure 200 are watching. But to get 200 people live, like natural organic followers, that's hard to do on YouTube.
Definitely it is.
Hmm. So, bro, what do you think about this? Trump is teasing that because of the tariffs, that we might get checks for taxpayers who from all the tariff money that has been coming in.
I think it'd be pretty hard to draw a straight line between the tariffs and those checks, but whatever. It's a narrative, and handing out money to the people is a good way for a president to keep his approval rating up, and it would be fantastic for our bags. So,
Mhm.
go stimulus checks.
The rumored speculation of checks between 400 to 5,000 for taxpayers, seniors, or other groups of Americans claims the payments could land later in October. Don't get your hopes up. These claims are false, as no Internal Revenue Service or congressional officials have confirmed that the checks Americans must take any news of these stimulus checks with caution, as they can be misinformed.
Well, it could be leading into scams too, right? Like just call this number, you just have to pay the $500 tax in advance. Like that kind of stuff is used to scam seniors all the time.
Yeah. There was a couple, I swear I saw it on Twitter too, but who knows? You got to trust everything
My,
on the
my
internet.
mother-in-law always brings me like stuff from Facebook, like, oh, look, there's a new, Canadian stable coin that's totally safe to invest in. I'm like, this is a scam. Like, it's not real. Like, they just don't get it. So they have to, yeah, just have to be really careful with anything that sounds too good to be true. It's usually not.
Bro, and the amount of phone calls, text messages, emails in your junk saying, "Oh, this is Coinbase. You missed this," or there was an attempted login. And if you don't know better, well, some of this stuff looks legitimate.
Oh, totally. My wife will bring me her phone, and she'll be because she knows I'm into the crypto, and so she'll bring me her phone and be like, "Oh, I got this text from Coinbase. Is this something that you're doing?" I'm like, "No, that's a scam. They have no idea who you are. Do not reply." It's and the replying is the worst thing you can do, right? Because then you'll end up on a list. Even if you give a negative reply, they put you on a list.
Yeah, seriously. And it's sad because you can't answer anything. You can't answer a random phone call. You don't want to answer anything. Like, if it's somebody, if like if I got fast number from somebody and I was trying to get a hold of him, I would call him. And if he didn't answer, I'd leave a voicemail and then send a text message and be like, "Hey, bro, this is Vibra, Adam from Vibra.
Yeah.
This is actually me." And like, you would make it a purpose to make it known it's you. So it's
I
not
I
like,
probably wouldn't answer the call as the truth, right? Like, if I was like,
right.
"Oh, there's some number from the US," I
Yep.
like, if it didn't pop up with your name, I would not answer the phone. But yeah,
Exactly.
it's like because 9 times out of 10, a number I don't recognize or, like something that like a 1-800 number is calling me, any of that stuff, it's a scam, or it's, and it's more often a scam than even telemarketing now. It used to be like, "Oh, it's telemarketing. They wanna, like, clean my drapes or something." But now it's like more likely to be a scam than telemarketing, right? Which is lame.
Yeah, bro. That's what I mean. So yeah, you don't answer, and then I leave a voicemail, and then text from the same number, and then it's like, okay, and then you might call back, or like next time if I called again, be like, hey, bro, I'm gonna call you again. So if someone needs to get a hold of you about something urgent, they will. So even my neighbor was telling me they got a call from a number that looked just like their nephew's. It was maybe one number off, or it might have even been the same number, but it didn't show up in the contacts. So you recognize it. And it was an AI pretending to be him saying, I needed some money. I'm in trouble.
That's so weird. Well, they have some sort of way where they can spoof numbers now, right?
Hmm.
So like you'll get a number from like I'll see a number that looks like a local number to where I live, and there's not that many people here. So sometimes I'll answer that, and then it'll say it's like, oh, this is the government calling about your taxes, and I'm like, there's no government office in the place where I live where there's like 200 people. So yeah, it's not the government calling about my taxes. So it's yeah, they have the tech to like fake a lot of stuff. it's really weird. It's kind of sad because we used to like I remember a time before text messages where you want to talk to your friend, you just called your friend. And now calling somebody is almost rude, right? Like to just call. Like it's kind of weird.
It isn't, dude. It really is. Like I use Twitter like voice messages or like Discord or Telegram voice messages more than I do phone. And even when I talk to people, it's mostly through Telegram.
Yep. Yeah, I do more Telegram phone calls now from people I know, right? And you can see who they are. And but like
Mhm.
even their Telegram is scam central too, though, right?
Oh yeah.
So especially the
Yeah.
crypto bros, like just like I know I say this all the time, but never give out your seed phrase, never give out your private keys. If you don't know what either of those things are, look it up. Like never, just never ever do.
And bro, and don't, not even that. When you go into like a Discord server or a Telegram group because you need help with something and you're in a project, you can't figure out how to stake it or you can't unlock whatever. If the second you go into a group and you say, "Hey, I'm having a problem with this. Does anyone know?" You're going to get 15 people that DM you immediately saying, "Oh, hey, I'm support. This is da 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 support." Do not ever go into groups and ask for help and then respond to a DM. Unless it's somebody that's actually in the community talking to you, you will get a message, even on Twitter. If you say, hey, Mike, I have a frozen transaction on MetaMask. What the hell? If it won't go through, you'll get like 20 messages immediately from fake
Yep.
accounts and comments. And so don't even,
Even if it's somebody you know, because it's so easy for them to like steal an image and be like, "Oh, it's Adam from Vibrant Finance is responding to me to solve my problem." But it's like, yeah, they stole your picture from any one of 1,000 places, put it on an account that looks similar. Like that's how they get you. It's like, oh, Richard Hart is returning my message about how to stake my X. No, he's not. It's like it's a scammer, right? But like that happens all the time. So get people to help you in public is probably the best thing. Like so like if it is a public Telegram room, assuming you're in the right Telegram room, because there's fake Telegram rooms where the
yeah,
whole thing is set up to scam you too. But if you know
yep.
you're in the right room and somebody's responding to you, by DM, be like, "Oh, respond to me in the public room." Like it's like that. It's much safer to deal with any sort of things in public because then somebody can call them out, be like, "Oh, that's a scammer. That's not real." Right? Especially in the Pulse Chain Hex community, because a lot of people who do know, who could call them out. But like, yeah, if you're ever not sure, if you're ever nervous, like wait, right? Like, especially if it's 2 in the morning or something. A lot of people get taken at like, early in the morning, late at night when like, the other people are sleeping that would have caught it if they'd saw it, right? That's
Mhm.
when the scammers come out, is when it's like, yeah, it's quiet. You're asking for help at 2 in the morning, US time. And like the actual admins, the actual founders aren't around to answer your question. So the scammer picks up the ball and will send you detailed instructions on how to fix your problem. But it just fixes his problem, which is how can I get this guy's money?
Mhm. And that's,
What do you
and
got?
there's no customer services or help that for anything in crypto. So nobody will ever reach out to you trying to help you. There's no service out there that even messages people. It's all scam. So anybody that calls you, sends you a text message to your phone saying someone logged into your Coinbase account, you need to call this number. No, it's all fake. And I even look at some, I'm like, damn, is it real? And it's like, no, it's a scam. And if I'm getting stuff that I'm like question it for a split second, I know new people are like, oh God, and they panic right away.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, what do you think about this here? JP Morgan is saying Coinbase could unlock $34 billion in value if they just launched the damn token.
I think yeah, that would be one of those too good to be true things. Like the way like the base chain works, it's working off of ETH, right? So like if Coinbase launches a token, it's just a money grab. They don't need to launch a token. Um So like I think I would be suspicious of the future of said token unless they gave it, some sort of profound utility, but it's not the utility of running the base chain because they already got that covered with ETH, right?
Yeah. Dollar cost crypto scamming out of $1 million in his scammer CPA Steve Colin out of Sarah's. Are you serious, bro? I hope that's a joke, but
Yeah.
what? RG3 is a
Okay.
scammer
Yeah. Sure.
also.
I I don't. I've never heard those accusations about those people. So
Yeah, me neither, bro. I haven't, but I mean, you've been here for a while, bro. So I don't feel like you'd be throwing that out just for no reason. Because I mean, bro, it's so many different people in the community that you don't expect that they're still in the community as pillars of the community and still streaming and in spaces all the time. And it's like, when will people learn? These guys are serial scammers, and there's a bunch of them, and they stick together.
yeah, I would like. I'd need to see proof with the two guys he mentioned, right? Like, it's pretty easy to say something, but like, yeah, back it up would be the thing. Because yeah, I see those two guys showing up for work every day.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know that that gift token that didn't end up well.
That was unfortunate. Well, I don't
Yeah.
think it wasn't an evil scam perpetuated by RG3. It was like, I think there was multiple factors. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't
something didn't work. It was bad. Maybe the dev did something. Maybe the dev didn't do something. There's lots of rumors. But yeah, things don't always work in crypto.
Yeah, bro. Look at Tim Benjamin, bro. I feel horrible for him with the TFC thing because he
Yeah, he
did
did a
his
good job pushing that. I agree, but like, yeah, something went wrong, right? Too many
and
cooks
and it
in the
wasn't even it wasn't even anything he could do. There was the founder, him, and the founder's son had a wallet, and he did this. They're not crypto people, so the son was thinking, "Oh, I'm going to make a new liquidity pool." So he sold a little bit of tokens out of the founder's wallet, and then into USDL, and then paired it up with made like an $80,000 pool. But the fact that
Okay.
he sold that little bit out of the founder's wallet, even though he paired it up with LP, people freaked out because Tim was on stream saying, "Oh, the founders will never sell. They're
Mm.
great people. We have our reputations on the line." And Tim's the nicest guy in the world. Like, I've known him for years. I've met him at 3 conferences. He came out here to Niagara Falls. We had lunch a couple summers ago. Like, he's an awesome dude. So he has to suffer getting destroyed on Twitter, and just people are ruthless to him. And it was nothing that he did or even could have prevented. He didn't even know it happened until days later. So crypto is, man,
So, like,
it's just
was it the
savage.
community that dumped it after that happened, or what was the
Yeah,
story?
everybody started dumping after that happened. Yeah.
But like it was a meme coin with no planned utility, to my knowledge, right? Like launched on pump tires, perhaps, or
No, no, no. It was not launched on pump tires. Nope. It was launched by, I think, Build the Tech might have launched it. I'm not sure. I think
okay.
it was, though. I think Brandon's company built it because the code and everything is fine, bro. Just he has all his
It
tokens in his wallet, and he sold some out of that, which to
it
create a
didn't it
liquidity
didn't
pool.
do anything though, right? Like it was just a
That's all he
just
did,
a
bro.
pure
But the
20.
the people went nuts on Twitter accusing him of dumping. Tim's a scammer, and bro, and then people started just seeing, oh, Tim's a scammer, and then they clip out, and then it just nuked. But there's still a ton of liquidity, so I think it'll come back. But
Right. Well, that's like every founder who sticks around has had bad days like that. I've had days like that. Um, and it's what you do next that matters, right? Like if it's something you screwed up, you got
Mhm.
to own it and then move on. But there's no perfect crypto that is only up. So yeah, there's gonna be that pressure, and which is one of the main reasons like this is not an activity for everybody. So you're gonna have bad freaking days, I guarantee you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, then that and for like for me too, that's why I'm an open book and transparent because I've made all the mistakes. I was in the hex adoption amplifier. I sent in maybe 4.5 ETH on days where it was over a half a million hex per half a ETH and got my big payday and then got that wallet hacked and had 300 quant in there that I bought at $5. So that was like $4 million at the top last cycle. And the only way to learn is to make mistakes like that.
Yep, I'm with you. Far out, you're going off too much, man. Save it for the bear market. Right now, it's time to be positive, push things forward. We don't have to call out all the people all in one day. Call them out in like 2 years when the bear market starts. We need most of the people you're talking about right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, unfortunately, most of them are not going to be back, I don't think. Because even, yeah, I think RG3 even was talking about kind of get winding up the streaming and passing it along. I think he's just been doing it for 5 years. It's been a long time. It's
Like
draining.
he was streaming last night, right? He's also working like 60-hour weeks, getting those tablets out. I know he is. I've been there, seen him doing it.
Yeah.
For an old guy, I can tell you that he can unload a 60-foot container pretty fast.
So yeah, bro, the tablets are doing great, man. They're actually shocking shocking me the amount of reach and just people freaking out with how could some scam, how dare this person send this to me? It's all posted and make a big deal of it. It's like, bro, you are falling right into Richard's trap. That's exactly what he wanted. That's the best advertising you can get.
Indeed.
Yep. So I'm
Yeah, no,
excited.
like, yeah, every one of those big influencers who's like, or they're not, some of them weren't that big, but they're like, oh, I got this hex scam tablet in the mail, and then like they're all working for us, right? Like, it's hilarious because it's like, oh, look, you got 500,000 views on your hex scam tablet, and then some of them keep it going like that. That one guy I really like, I think his name's Gabrielle. He's the guy who does those videos where he's shouting with his shirt off all the time. He's not a guy who should really have his shirt off. But like, yeah, he got one in the mail. He made some hilarious videos. I think he made 3 or 4 of them, right? Like, it was, and people keep sending him stuff in the mail. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, bro, this is not. I was saying that the ETFs are going to bring liquidity into the markets, much needed, and it just shows they went live. I think in Europe, they just either went live with them or they gave the green light to go live with the ETPs over there, which is the same thing, the ETFs, and now Hong Kong is launching trading for ETFs in November. So you got everywhere in the world seems to be launching these ETFs in one time. So I think there's behind the scenes a coordinated event that's about to take place where they're going to pump this market to
It's
the
totally coordinated. Like, it's like saying, like, yeah, like that CZ and Richard don't know each other. Like, billionaires know each other, right? Like, they're planning this shit. It's like there's guys all over the world who are coordinating this stuff. They coordinate the dumps and they're going to coordinate the pumps. So if you're not playing their game and you're still here, I think you'll be a winner. Not financial advice. That's how I think.
yeah. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever see a bear market like that again. I think that was more. It was just a once in a lifetime with everything going on, the economy, the nonsense with the money printing, with COVID, and then jacking the rates up at historic rates, and then fudging the data, and it was just a shit show for years. And at some point, you got to pay the piper. You can't just do this living clown world forever. It's not sustainable.
No, 100% not sustainable. So,
Yeah.
but we will see if I've heard what's the one I heard lately that the US is going to mint a kabillion stable coins to pay off the national debt. So see if that comes next. That's actually a
It,
good one.
yeah. I mean, they're the debt doesn't even matter, bro. If it's 38 trillion, 58 trillion, it's just a number. As long as there's people to buy the new debt, that's all that matters. And there was a problem with people not buying the debt a month or two ago, and the Fed just bought it all back. And the problem's going to be when we cut rates, it's going to unwind the reverse carry trade and put pressure on Japan. So they're going to have to do something, and they're going to start unloading treasuries. China will too. And there's all of the banks and corporations are waiting to soak them all up because they're all going to launch stable coins here. So it'll be a perfect way to offset the flood of treasuries that hits the market. The demand will all be soaked up by corporations and banks that need those treasuries to back their stable coins. And then they can just print another, whatever Trump said, I think $5 or $6 trillion is scheduled to be printed. So as long as there's companies that are successful with stable coins and keep needing to mint them, the US debt can go to 50 trillion because they'll have endless buyers for these treasuries for the next 5-10 years. And especially as they look at I think is it Venezuela or Argentina, where their currency's inflating like 20% a day or something like that. So the demand
Venezuela is the bad one. Venezuela is like ridiculous. Argentina is also like a cash economy, but they don't have a failed government, whereas Venezuela basically is
so it's
becoming
Venezuela,
a rogue state.
Yes, it's Venezuela. So the inflation right there, bro, it's nuts. And the US dollar, they like Tether or a stable coin is like gold to them. It's more in demand than ever. So if the US does this right, there's an endless demand for digital dollars and stable coins around the world as all these other currencies implode around the world. So I think the dollar is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger over the next 3 to 4 years. And the US will become the crypto hub of the world.
Yep. I think that is the play, is to make the US the place where crypto founders want to be. So I hope Canada follows suit, but I would be a little surprised if they did.
Yeah, I mean, bro, Trudeau really set you back a long time.
It's Canadian politics is different. Like it's like we have our left, we have our right, but our left and our right are to the left of your left. Like our conservatives are further left than your Democrats, right? So nothing really changes. Is what I'm saying. There's not that, like, they talk about stuff, but it's like it's very very small things happen. They mostly don't affect anybody's day to day. No matter who's in the government, I've never found that it changes what happens in any single day. Where the US, there's more of a dynamic change depending who's the president. The Canadian prime minister also has much less power than a US president, and also a much smaller military and less money. So nobody really cares.
Bro, it's the same thing here, bro. Like, I don't pay attention really to politics at all. And when Obama was a president, or Trump or Bush, like, nothing changed in your daily life. The president has no ability to affect your daily life. Like, yeah, a certain thing with taxes, some money you might have to pay a little more here or there. You might gain a little bit here or there, but as far as everyday life, nothing in your routine it doesn't affect you. You allow it to affect you, and you blame that for shitty things in your life or things that suck. It gives you something to blame and point out and be like, oh, it's their fault. It's those liberals' fault that I can't get a job and I just want to play video games all day. I deserve a Lambo. It's like,
Yeah.
No.
Everybody likes to have somebody else to blame, right? So it's like, and then sometimes they're right, but like they're usually, the individual talking about it likely has their own issues.
Exactly.
Like this PDI chart, it's got some issues.
Yeah, someone just asked what's going on with PDI. Well, it looks like we had another 99% wick, and now it's gotten, what's that, the fourth one? Now it's gotten bought back up pretty much Half, yeah. We're not another 30%, and it's there.
But like it's impressive that that wick got bought up. What concerns me is the
That
holder
wick,
distribution.
the wick itself, that's concerning to me, bro. Why does this keep like
No, but it did. Why does it keep happening? Is because of the holder distribution, right? Like if you look at the PDI holders, right, and the amount that many wallets have, so there's a whole bunch of wallets, like many, that can. So we got a 144 trillion supply, right,
billion?
and then billion. Okay, then check out the distribution. Like some of these wallets, they have a lot. There's a lot of
300.
wallets that
Oh
have a
wow.
lot.
So yeah,
Big
there's
numbers.
wallets that have 300 million. Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, and then like so if like yeah, we put in 300 million,
This has got to
300,
be
1,
the
3, 1, 2, 3, like that's yeah, that's 737,000 at current prices, right? But like there's not that much money in there to pull it out, right? So that wallet with 300 million can dump that chart to zero
oh,
like
no, you could
multiple
swap
times.
it for a Tropa. There's 27 million in liquidity in the Tropa die pair, so you could pull out a lot of a Tropa, but what are you going to do with that?
You could, yeah. But like if you're trying to get to stable coins, right? Like the 737 million or sorry, 737 $1,000 worth, like that dents the chart by like 60% right there if you're trying to get to stable coins, right? Or to pulse even. So it's like there's a lot of wallets like that in PDI. When the exploit happened and there was that giant dip on that day, a lot of people scooped the bottom. So I don't know if they were true believers or not. But there's like there's just a lot of new holders with big wallets. So um, though like that being said, there's no more exploit, so it doesn't mean that it couldn't go to $1 or $1,000 or $10,000. But just those big wallets would concern me if I was a new holder.
Yeah. No, I we found this thing in 2023, so I've just been holding ever since. I actually swapped a bunch of Atropa into PDI and then swapped the rest of my Tropa into XRP 2 days ago. So I'm actually really glad I did that.
Nice. How's
Yeah.
XRP doing?
It was down at like 240 or something on a nice dip. So I mean, I've just done so much research on it where I've spent 1,000 hours plus where I totally understand what's going on. And if you look at what Ripple has done, the 6 acquisitions they've made, all of the FUD that everyone was talking about years ago. Oh, they could never do this, they never do that. They just bought out the biggest brokerage company out there. They just bought out the company that does all the infrastructure and work processing for the Fortune 500. So now the Fortune 500 is integrating RippleNet. They bought out Standard Custody, one of the biggest custodians in the world. That's going to be a huge market. So they're Medico, or I'm sorry, they bought. So they're just going around and they're buying every piece to the puzzle. And if you look to see where Ripple came from, the origins go all the way back to the NSA. So this company, Ripple, is not this story of this guy who lived in his basement and had this great idea to change the world the way money moved around. No, this shit came from the NSA. It's been programmed and designed for the last 20 years. And it's proof now with the way they're making all these acquisitions. Like just they're happening right in time, right when things need to happen. They just magically come up with this fucking acquisition of prime brokerage or is it G custody or whatever the last one is. So to me, it's inevitable. It's the one that is gonna, I think, go to hundreds and probably multiple hundreds of dollars by like 2028. So yeah, bro, it's my biggest holding out, and then Pulse Chain and Richard Hart and Hex is my next biggest holding. So I just think like they're so polar opposites. Whatever happens with XRP is not going to affect pulse chain and vice versa. So it's like the perfect yin and yang for me.
I think there's one of the interesting connections between like the XRP army and the Pulse chain, and maybe I'd put Cardano in that boat as well. Is like those are like XRP, Cardano, Pulse chain hex are like the only like real crypto cults now, right? Where it has like hardcore true believers, ride or die. Everything else is like, you know, it's just people are there for the weekend. It's not like it's not a permanent stay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, bro. It's right now. It like even Flare Networks. If you've never heard of that, I would buy a bag of that. They already have deals with all of the exchanges and all of the institutions hold 99% of the supply. They've built out all of DeFi lending, borrowing for the XRP ledger because the XRP doesn't have DeFi on it. And they've basically subcontracted that out to Flare and they've signed deals with everybody. So you'll be able to take your XRP, mint it into FXRP and just earn 5-6% doing nothing. Or you can take a little more risk and loan it out and make 7, 8, 9%. And as XRP goes to 50, 100, $200 a coin, if you can get in now in 100x, so you can figure out a way to make yourself $500 a year. If you can 100x that, now you're making was it 50 grand a year or 500,000,
Yeah,
whatever it is, it's
yeah.
50 grand a year in interest. So now you can be living off that. And these are the last opportunities we have in the next however long week, month until these prices take off, because I really think that there's a handful of the US cryptos that are going to separate when the ETFs come out, because the amount of money that's going to come into them is ungodly. Like XRP,
What
they're
about
already
the tax-free crypto thing? Have you heard about
Mhm.
that?
Yeah, yeah,
Like no tax for crypto made in the USA.
yeah.
Is that a rumor? Is that real? Where's that
I
going?
I would say it's like 75 to 25 it's happening. And I think I heard it's going to be for under 250,000. So I was talking to one of my buddies the other day and he said he was doing his taxes on Coinbase and he had realized he netted it was over it was over 100,000. And he on Coinbase it said you are underneath the limit for the tax threshold. So they were like, you don't need to do anything. We're not going to send you the 1099 or whatever. And he was like blown away. And I was like, bro, maybe it is the 250,000 is the threshold where if you make 250 or under, you're good. You don't pay tax. But if you make over 250, then you can pay tax on that or something, or whatever is over 250, you pay a tax on.
I wonder if it's you're not paying tax or you just don't like they let you report it. You don't have to fill out a form or something. You know what I mean? Kind of like if when you pay like and this is in Canada, if you can pay, $9,000 in cash for something and you don't have to fill out a form, but it still could be a taxable transaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like where the government is due something for the transaction, they just don't police them on a per transaction level.
Yeah.
But if there was like a national amnesty on taxes in the U.S. For any crypto that was like minted in the USA, and how you determine that, I'm not sure. That would be a thing.
Well, I'll show you how you determine it. You go to Coin Market Cap and you go right
Mhm.
here to where is it? Cryptocurrencies categories,
Yeah.
and then you go to Made in USA.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so they're anticipating this issue. Nice.
Yeah.
Made in
Yep.
America.
Yep. So
America.
and these are like all the ones that, bro, if you look at Grayscale, how many of them there do you have the Grayscale trust for? There's like 29 or 30 altcoins already. So I think all of these are going to get ETFs in the next 2 years, because
Cool.
that's the whole end game. This is how the banks are going to control crypto. When Japan unwinds here, it's going to cause a liquidity crisis, and that is going to cause Tether to depeg. And 70% of the crypto market right now is liquidity is paired with Tether. And when that liquidity crisis happens, that a lot of exchanges are going to go under. And now all the banks can come in and swoop up all the exchanges and their assets for pennies on the dollar. And now they control everything. They can now start to cut retail out and say, they're going to scare the shit out of you. Oh, with AI, with quantum, if you self-custody, you're going to get hacked and da-da-da-da. Just come give it to us. Come hold it with us. And they're going to incentivize people to do that. and now they control it, and now they can create a artificial scarcity for retail, unless you want to go buy the ETFs. And that's what they're going to do, because none of the banks so far are building out custody for retail. So if you want your bank to actually hold your assets, not like how Coinbase does in one wallet and gives you a memo, they're not building that out. So they don't give a shit about retail right now. So they want to sell us like paper products, even where you go to Bank of America and you want to buy Chainlink, they'll give you like, Bank of America link that, gives you 4% or something like that, but trades at the same price. So that's what what I think is going to happen here.
Yeah, the big banks are, all the like old fiat companies are going to want to get in on it somehow, which is, from a decentralized standpoint is bad, but from the standpoint of our bags is probably good. If you're holding crypto right now, and a year from now your grandma's getting her old age pension in crypto, it's probably going to be a good thing.
Bro, Matt, and like think about in a year when the norm is now you need to hold 10% in crypto in your retirement fund instead of what they say 1 to 3% now. That's going to 10 to 20% in the next year or two. So
that's huge. That's like a 7x to go from like 3% to 20%. It's that's a lot of money.
Bro, yeah, dude. So I am not worried at all. I really think that this has all been orchestrated. Even the Solana pump and dump nonsense, that was all intentionally promoting all these people to shill Solana, shill all that to get people away from what's actually going on. And now you have all of retail traumatized, saying the bull market's over, and it makes it easier for institutions to come shake people out and take their bags. And you just saw this last leverage flush of $20 billion. How much more obvious is that? Like, what? I just see what's happening, and even the exchanges are running really low on the blue chips. XRP, Coinbase is down to like 100 million, and they had billions on there 2 years ago. So they're not replenishing it. So that tells me they want to create a supply shock artificially with some of these assets.
Yep. I would not be shocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. Well, we've been going for an hour, 22 minutes. You guys are wilding in the chat. Probably good time to call it here.
Yeah, late Saturday night. That's when things can get wild. Keeps it interesting, I guess. I'm not I'm mostly against conflict in the bull. I prefer to save it for the bear, but yeah, sometimes it's not boring.
Yeah, exactly. We try to keep it interesting here. So any last words, anything you didn't say or we missed?
I don't have any announcements right now. I may have some announcements next week as far as stuff I'm working on. But everybody just stay safe out there, and try to remain calm. It's not a good time to be excited. Don't crypto while you're driving. Don't crypto when you're drunk. Don't crypto when you're happy, sad, or angry. Only when you're calm.
Yes, sir. Good stuff. All right, guys. We will see you next Friday night, most likely. And have a good night.
Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Viber Finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Viber Finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. lost in the crypto sea. Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.